Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, I'm going to be giving you guys an update on the GTA 6 leaks that we actually talked about earlier this week. Because since I made that video, this has absolutely blown up. Like, I don't remember another leak for Grand Theft Auto 6 getting this much press and publicity. Maybe since the Nose, Project America leak that came out, I believe, last year. But some insane media outlets have covered this. I'm not going to be able to show you all of them in this video today, but these are just some of the examples that I found on Twitter. Like, look at this one, for example. This comes from Bleacher Report's gaming department. They talk about the same leaks. Look how many retweets and likes this has. Over 23,000 retweets, almost 90,000 likes. That is insane. So you can see just how quickly this is spreading. Games Radar, another very reputable site, they posted the information about it. Over 4,000 retweets and nearly 13,000 likes. That's pretty crazy. Complex, another magazine that posted it, over 400 retweets, 1,700 likes. And those are just three examples right there of major media outlets covering this. And again, those are just examples on Twitter. If you were to Google GTA 6 now, you would find that every single basically gaming media outlet covered these leaks because it was so interesting. And I think that so many people cover them for a handful of reasons. Number one, obviously the hype for the next Grand Theft Auto game is obviously through the roof. It's been so long, we're all expecting the next GTA game to come out and release. And that's something we'll even talk about a little bit later on. Number two, the leak seemed pretty credible. It talked about things that made sense based off of other leaks that have come out, like the fact that it was going to be taking place in Vice City in South America, and there were going to be missions that had us going to Liberty City, and that it was going to be going back to the past. So there was a lot of things that did end up making sense. So now let's talk about the update to this story, because I'm sure you guys are going to be interested. Well, that leak was posted only 3 days ago. Well, if you go to that page now, guess what has happened? Not only has the individual that created the account deleted their account, but they've also deleted the entire thread too. You can no longer see what was posted. Now, if this is the first video you're happening to watch on this subject, I will leave a link to those details in the description. I've got a video posted there so that you can check it out. But that's interesting. The entire thing has been deleted. That's a little bit suspicious, is it not? Now, speaking of my first video, there was actually one person who commented on the thread who I said had a ton of credibility on the subject, and that is Jason Schreier. Again, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I'm probably not, and I really apologize for that. He is the news editor at Kotaku. He is a gaming journalist. He has a book out, which is really cool, and he actually commented on this. He put out a tweet that said, "A good rule of thumb is that if a video game leak is a giant list of incredible sounding bullet points, it's fake." So there you have it right there. Reputable gaming journalist Jason Schreier says that it is 100% fake. Now, I am inclined to believe him because that point I just made earlier is important. Remember, he is the news editor at Kotaku. What did one of the first things about that leak say? "I have two friends who are very reliable and have worked for places such as Kotaku and PC Gamer." So if anyone is going to know that it's fake, it's probably going to be the news editor at Kotaku, Jason Schreier. So I am inclined to believe him. And unfortunately, it looks as if that information that I talked about, that a bunch of other people talked about, is indeed fake. Now, I'm sure some of you guys will be saddened by this. I'm sure some of you might actually be ecstatic. I'm kind of indifferent. There were some things on here that I was really excited about. I thought that the fact that it was supposed to be inspired by Netflix's Narcos and have an incredible 70s and 80s soundtrack, and it would feature the chapter system from Red Dead Redemption 2. All of that sounds awesome. But then there was a bunch of weird posts as well, having a focus on hurricanes and floods and HIV and AIDS. I don't know why Rockstar would want to, glorify that in their video game. So, again, I'm kind of indifferent. There were some cool things on here that might turn out to be true. Even though this leak is fake, you know, it could very easily be set in Vice City. We could very much go back to Liberty City. It could be set in the 1970s and 80s. So it's not to say that none of this information will turn out to be accurate. It's just that this leak in particular is fake. Now, if we want any more proof that this leak is fake, apparently the person who created this Reddit account is a serial fake leaker. Like, this isn't the first time that they had done stuff like this before. That apparently this guy has been doing this for a couple of years now, and even did something similar with Red Dead Redemption 2. So I'm not sure what the point of doing something like this is. Maybe it is literally just to cause a mass media, hysterical fit regarding the next information on GTA 6 or whatever the next Grand Theft Auto project is going to be. And if that was this individual's objective, they certainly succeeded. Now, when I made my video a couple of days ago, the first thing I said was, take this with a grain of salt. It could very much be fake. And that turned out to be the case. And that's one of the reasons why I'm making this follow-up video, is I want you guys to see this so that you know that everything in that first one turns out, unfortunately, not to be the case. But for many people, they won't see follow-ups. They will just believe what they saw. And unfortunately, that might not turn out to be true. So I want to hopefully save you guys from some disappointment, because there might be a lot of details from that post that don't make it into GTA 6. So long story short, as far as leaks for Grand Theft Auto 6 goes, or the next GTA game, you always want to take them with a grain of salt. Like, here's another one, for example. This one was actually found on, I think, 4chan. You can see when it was posted, November 30th, 2018. So this was actually a couple of months ago. Again, this person says that the next game is going to be called Vice. Takes place in Miami. Starts in the late 80s. You play as a dirty cop. It honestly sounds like Miami Vice, to be totally honest with you. You can see that it does have a much shorter story, around 15 to 20 hours, and that a lot of it is built off of the assets from the canceled game Agent. Now, this post does actually have some accurate points. Like, for example, that post regarding Agent and how it actually has assets in that game. Agent, which was a canceled Rockstar game, has a ton of assets in GTA 5. I won't bore you with all the details in this video, but I will leave a Polygon interview in the description with some Rockstar developers, and they said that one of the vehicles that was supposed to be in Agent actually made its way into GTA 5, and that was the submarine car, the Stromberg. So that's kind of interesting. So even though stuff like that does technically make sense, again, it sounds and looks very, very fake. And as always with this, use your better judgment and assume it's fake unless there is like an insane amount of proof that says otherwise. So now that we know that, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be disappointed, saying, man, when are we ever going to get information on GTA 6? Well, it might be a long time. Let's take a look at this graph right here. It shows the days between GTA games releasing. Let's start with GTA 3 and go from there, because that's probably one you're going to be most familiar with. From GTA 3 to Vice City, it was 372 days. From Vice City to San Andreas, it was 728 days. From San Andreas to GTA 4, it was 1,281 days. And from GTA 4 to GTA 5, it was 1,967 days. And the red line that you see, for the most part underneath, is the trend. And you can see that the trend is getting steeper. And that's not a good thing. So that means that the wait for the next GTA game is likely going to be longer, unless Rockstar, for whatever reason, decides to put a stop to that trend altogether. Now, an updated graph that features the mobile versions of Grand Theft Auto games and the DLCs in GTA 4, as well as Red Dead Redemption 2, certainly makes things a little bit better. As you can see, like, the gap between The Lost and the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony was less than a year, and that shortens the gap between GTA 4 and GTA 5, but you can still see towards the back end, when it gets to Red Dead Redemption 2 there, the trend is still massively spiking up. So that's not great news, let's just say that. Now, even with that news right there, remember, very recently, the CEO and chairman of Take-Two Interactive, Strauss Zelnick, said that he would like to see less time between these big releases. But he also says that might actually have an impact on the games themselves. They might have less content than we normally expect. So it would certainly be a balancing act in terms of that regard. But anyways, that's all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. Let me know what you think about these leaks for GTA 6 and more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA and Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care. See you guys in the next video.